which comes from Kay. Kay, thank you for this, Simon and the Confessional Alliance. Great to have you back at a sensible time with an excellent show format. In great spirits, not attempting to gain favour before you read my confession honest, but I'm just putting that before you.
Well done.
Nice.
It's great. My confession is from a number of years ago, but spans from when my son was 9 through to when he was 14, so covers a long period of deception, and for that I plead for your forgiveness from the Alliance and from him. A mother's love for her son can never falter. However, a son's love for his mother follows a trail of ups and downs, hopefully more ups than downs. As a side issue, you might like to know my son is now a healthy, happy 36-year-old with a new baby daughter of his own. I think this comes under extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
And here comes some more from Kay. I should explain the background. My son James was born 4 weeks premature and quite ill, requiring major surgery soon after birth and several ops and regular hospital visits. His first year of life was, to say the least, a worrying hard time, but we survived. By the time James was 9, we were down to 2 regular 3 monthly trips to the hospital, a car journey to the Children's Hospital in East London. This involved the wonderful A10 road and a long, boring road from North Hertfordshire and the North Circular Road. There's quite a lot of detail.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
good
liking
travel. It's a good drive time confession. This is where my confession of the misdemeanor begins. James had and has a happy, fun-loving, joke-playing nature, always seeing the funny side of the situation. On this particular occasion, as we approached the wonderful roundabout at the junction where the A10 goes over the North Circular Road...
Yes, we know well, yeah.
There are a number of roads coming on to the roundabout. Cars and buses and lorries all heading towards us at speed. I have to be honest, it's not my favourite of roundabouts. I said to James, sitting in the front seat next to me as children were allowed to in those days, I really hate this roundabout. It'll be all right, Mum, he says. Yes, but I hate it, I say. Who invented roundabouts anyway, he says. I don't know, James, but he was an idiot, I say. This led to me saying the following. Well, I've had enough. I'm going to close my eyes whilst driving around this roundabout. It's just all too frightening. To which James says, no!
Yes,
and
right.
Off we went. All the way around the roundabout, eyes tightly closed. Mom! Anyway, at this point, I should probably say that actually I'd only closed my left eye.
Okay.
The right eye was wide open, watching the traffic coming towards us on the roundabout, but he couldn't see that. To a child, his parent was driving around the roundabout with his eyes closed. Anyway, we survived. Needless to say, on the return journey, I did exactly the same and continued for the next 5 years.
Brilliant.
Every 3 months
Obviously.
with me pretending to close my eyes, driving around this roundabout. Each time the cry of no, filled the, Mum, don't do it with your eyes shut. It's against the law. Someone will call the police. You'll go to prison. Anyway, so this is what I have done on a regular basis. So I need forgiveness from the Confessional Alliance for playing such a trick on James, and for any drivers at that particular junction who may have heard James yelling no and wondering what the problem was. As I mentioned, he now has his own baby daughter, so now is as probably good a time as any to say, son, first point, I'm sorry. My eyes weren't closed. I actually had one eye open all the time. 2, always drive carefully with both eyes open.
Yes,
This is an important point to put in here. I don't know if Susie, the producer, has actually added this point.
Yeah.
Always drive carefully with both eyes open at all times.
Definitely.
And 3, that time when we came downstairs one Christmas morning to find that you'd wrapped the front door and adjoining windows on the outside to our house in wrapping paper, neatly tied with a bow so we couldn't get out of the house. Not funny. And I don't know where you got that idea from. Anyway, please look kindly on me and forgive me as I carried this minor infringement for so long, but I can carry it no more, and I fall at your forgiving feet, if indeed feet can be forgiving. Let's just check it with Sister Susie. I mean, this is a terrifying thing to inflict on a poor child. What do you say, Sister Susie?
Oh, well, okay. There's many things that I like about this one. I like that you're having a joke. I like that your son has obviously got a jokey nature. Wrapping up the door in wrapping paper sounds excellent. My mum used to do a similar thing, although it wasn't as dangerous, and I thought she was magic for a very long time, is when we were at the traffic lights, she used to blow and change them to green from red.
Wow, that's cool.
And I thought it was amazing. And she was just like, all right, we've been waiting for a while. And I was like, wow. So I think it's excellent. And it's all about the confessions of lying to your children.
Lying
So
to your children.
I think that's fine. I'm going to forgive you.
Brother Matthew, what do you
Yes,
say?
we always forgive when it involves lying to your kids. I know that. I know that roundabout, and it is dreadful. It's the A10, the A406. We could do a feature of let's talk about roundabouts on drive time. But I'm definitely going to forgive. And closing one eye, that was okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's not delve too deeply into that one though. So yes, I am going to forgive.
I mean, I think it's probably safe to say that it's very, very dangerous because you lose depth, don't you? You lose
Losing the depth.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Obviously,
everyone.
don't do it. We're not
Obviously.
approving of this.